Hello guys, Mark and I are here again and we're going to talk about presentations and presentation skills and presentation techniques. And so Mark, what do you think if you were to listen to somebody who is presenting, when you listen to them, what stands out for you?
Right, well, whenever I present at a presentation, I enjoy, obviously normally whoever's presenting, they need to have a little bit of charisma, have a little bit of sort of something going on with them. It's got to be interesting, hasn't it? Right. I mean, you normally go there because it's a subject that you're interested in. So, okay, so they've got you for that. But at the same time, you don't want to be sat there bored and sort of being stuff thrown at you too quickly.
So what do you find about a speaker that would make them interesting for you?
For me, a little bit of sort of, like I say, charisma, a little bit of sort of not boring, you know, a little bit of variety, engagement with people. I'm not one to be sort of asked specifically questions, you know, what about this, what about that, or whatever.
What about their story?
Yeah, I think that would help. Yeah, that's all part of it. Like I say, the charisma part. You want to know a little bit about who they are. Obviously, you're there about a subject that you're interested in, and then it's how it's presented, you know. And if there's a little bit of fun involved, if if it's a bit bubbly and there's a bit of audience participation, you know, again,
audience participation.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
good. Yeah,
I think that's important to try and to sort of engage with people, not necessarily put them under pressure to answer questions and stuff, but just keep them involved. Just making sure everyone's okay. Do you understand? Is it, you know, should we go back on anything and stuff like that? So from that perspective, that's how it sort of runs, you know. And then I guess then,
for example, now for you now, Mark, say you suppose one day you needed to now present yourself. What would you think as a lay person would be one of your first challenges to actually present? Because you have skills, but then now you have to talk to somebody about it, to a group about it.
Well, for me, I mean, it's not something I'd want to do, right? So I'd have to start from scratch. So for me, I'd have to, you know, being sort of particular about how I perform things and stuff, I like to do it to the best of my ability. So I would be researching my subject, I would be looking for stuff, I would be looking to try and make my life a little bit easier in a way, so a few diagrams, presentations and stuff like that, so that people can understand what I'm talking about. And I think, you know, for me personally, you know, there's a little bit of a skill to presenting, and there's a bit of practice, because, you know, you just suddenly get up there and start talking is not that easy for people.
No.
And it's, you know, it's quite sort of nerve-wracking, I guess, a little bit at the beginning. I think once you started and you get into it, then, you know, you're probably going to be all right. But
it's all about confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. And I think that's part of, you know, before I would present something, I'd probably try and get something from someone who I know did it or something like that to help me with a little bit of self-confidence.
Because the more prepared you are,
oh, definitely, the more prepared you are. I think once you've, you know, once you've presented something once, and you know, then you can sort of analyze where you went wrong, and as you say in other things about getting the sort of feedback forms and stuff, that's quite important for you then to move on to the next stage, because then you'll find out where you made mistakes. Did you miss something out? Did you go on too long about something else? You know, and things like that. So I think it's important to take the feedback and look through it properly, you know, through all the forms you get. And then pick all the best bits out, obviously, and find,
because it can only make you better.
Well, that's the idea.
It can only make you better.
Yeah. And I think, you know, there are so many. I've seen so many presentations, and some people are really clever at doing it, to be fair. And they've, you know, obviously they've got some skills with the laptops and stuff like that, and the PowerPoints and the different types of stuff. So I think if you're looking at doing presentations, have a look out there of what is available, what you can use, you know.
But then we, of course, are going to be giving those kind of training ourselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, and you know, who knows? By the time we're doing it, Mark might be one of the people presenting one of the modules. But guys, thank you, my darling.
Right,
I know I pull him on to just talk because he's, you know, we're all on the pandemic now, and you know, we don't have a lot of people to choose to pick on, and so he's right here. So I pick on him to just discuss things and to bring more of a.
It's good, not for me personally, but it's good for people to hear my side of things,
Yes.
because I'm more like them
Yes.
rather than
Yes.
like you,
Yes.
So I think there's a lot to be gained from listening to what I say, because I know how people will feel.
Exactly. Thank you, my darling.
That's
Thank you
all
very
right.
much. And
No
thank you
problem.
guys for listening. Until next time, it's Mark and I saying bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.